In today's video, we're going to be creating this card's UI design in Figma. Alright, let's get started. Let's start with a frame. So I'm just going to click on F and I'm going to insert one of the desktop options and this default desktop option. Next up, we're going to insert a rectangle. So I'm just going to click on R and I'm just going to click so I have my rectangle. Let's change the dimensions of this rectangle. The width is going to be 282 and the height is going to be 225. So I'm just going to change it to that. Next, I'm going to insert an, let's change the color. I'm going to start by coming over to fill and I'm going to change the color of this rectangle to 425C59. And I'm going to insert an icon next. So right click plugins and I'm going to run iconify. So I want a briefcase icon for this first one and I want to use this one. So this one from, is it BI? So this, I'm going to select it and then I'm just going to grab a copy and bring it into my frame. I'm going to now close this dialog. Let's come back over here. I'm going to, let's change the dimensions of this. Let's change the height or the width, anyone would do, change it to 55 and let's change the color. So over here in selection colors, I'm going to change the color to FFCE83. Okay. And I'm just going to sort of place it around here. We're still going to move it around. Next up, we're going to need a line. So I'm just going to click on L and then hold shift down and I'm going to draw a line and holding shift to make it so that our line is going to stay straight. The width of this line is going to be 225. And we're going to leave the color as white, but we are going to reduce the opacity to, increase the opacity to 40%. Next is going to be text. I'm going to grab my text and we are going to copy the title for the first one and I'm going to paste. Let's change the font to Garamond and the weight is going to be bold, size is 18, the line height is 24 and letter spacing is 0.5 px. I'm also going to change the alignment to left and I'm going to create a copy of this text. We're going to leave the font as Garamond, change the font width to regular. Next up, we're going to change the size to 16. The line height is going to stay at 24 and we are going to change the letter spacing to 0px. Let's now grab the text for this section. I'm going to copy and then I'm going to paste. I want to change the width, so it's currently, the resizing is currently set to auto width for me. You can go ahead and change it to auto height. That way we can change the width. Let's change the width to 244. Now I'm going to select all of these items with the exception of the rectangle. Let's align it to the left and then go over to spacing, make it 10. And now I'm going to align it to the middle as well as the center. That means I'll align it to the vertical and horizontal centers just like this. While you have all of this selected, select the rectangle as well and make it a frame or an auto layout. So now this is a very quick way to just, have your spacing and alignment and all things like that. Just create your frame. We're having a more flexible workspace. And then you can just use the rectangle to create the background of your frame. We're going to have a total of 8 cards. So what I'm going to do is duplicate this so we have all of that. So I'm going to create a second copy. I want the spacing to be 24. So your spacing should be 24. I'm going to create another set of copies. Then select all of this, create an asset of duplicate, and I also want to maintain the same 24 spacing. I'm going to select all of them while we're at it and just align it to the middle as well as the center of our frame. Now you can do this yourself, or you could just watch. Let's do it together. I'm going to change the icons and the text. I'm going to start with this one. So let's select just the icon, right click. I'm going to go over to plugins and I'm going to run iconify, and I'm going to change this. I'm going to search for scales and I want to use this icon, this one, and I'm going to replace icon. It's going to change it to match the dimensions and as well as the color, so it just makes it easier. I'm going to copy the text and then paste. I'm going to grab the remaining text and then copy and paste. Let's move on to the next one. Start with the icon, right click. I'm going to go to plugins, run iconify. This one is going to be a lock, and I'm going to use this one from material symbols. So once again, replace icon. It's going to change it to match the color and dimensions. Close that dialog. I'm going to copy the title for this card, and then I'm going to grab the text, copy, and then paste. I'm going to move on to the next one. Select this icon, right click, go over to plugins, iconify. I'm going to search for family, and I'm going to scroll down. I want to use this one, so this, and then I'm going to replace icon. Close. I'm going to copy the title, paste, and then I'm going to grab the remaining text. Select all of this, copy, and then I'm going to paste. Let's move on to the next one. I'm going to right click, plugins, iconify. I'm going to search for house. I want to use this one, and I'm going to replace icon. I'm going to close it. Let's grab our title, copy, paste, and then I'm going to grab the remaining text. I'm going to select it, copy, select everything, and then paste. Let's move on to the next one, which is this one. I'm going to select the icon, right click, go over to plugins, iconify. I'm going to search for office, and I'm going to use this icon. So let's replace. I'm going to close iconify for now. Let's copy this text and then select this, paste, and then I'm going to grab the remaining text, copy, and then paste. Let's move on to the next card. I'm going to once again select this icon, right click, go over to plugins, iconify, and I'm going to search for scroll. And the one I want to use is this one here. I'm going to replace, and it's going to change, and this time it seems I have some issues. It actually changed it, so I'll just return the dimensions back to 55. It happens sometimes. All you need to do is just change it back. I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to paste the title, and then I'm going to copy the remaining text and then paste. Now the final one, select the icon, right click, plugins, Let's run Iconify. We're going to search for ambulance, and I want to use, where is it? Um, okay, this one. So this is the icon I want to use. I'm going to replace icon. I'm going to close it. And once again, I have issues with the dimensions. I'm just going to return it back to um, 55 for the size. Let me copy the text here. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste, and then our final content. I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to paste. And yeah, with that, we've created all of our cards. So you can save this as either a component or just have a separate file for all of the items you want to use in the future for your project. Typically, I tend to do both. Um, Most times I'll just leave it as an actual Figma file. I won't actually create components. I like creating new things for each project. You can save it to reuse it later, but you know what? Do whichever one works for you. So anytime you have need for a card, it doesn't necessarily have to be like in this case practice areas. It could be achievements or and milestones. It could even you can even use a card like this for client testimonial or whatever your content is whenever you need to create design that looks like this. But anyway, that is it for this particular video. If you want to watch similar content to this, you can either click on the video on screen right now or check out the description box below for similar content but much longer. So if you want to work on even more detailed projects, they say entire websites or even a mobile app, you can check out the description box below for the links to those courses and videos. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.